Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99. How you doing? It's Saturday, March the 30th, 2024. Coming to you from mobile headquarters. And truth be told, I was debating on whether I should do this video or not. And you might ask yourself, well, why? And I don't want to use social media or specifically my YouTube account to make my life more grandiose or super exciting on steroids. And again, I'm just a regular guy, but every once in a while I get put in cool positions, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, and this doesn't happen every day. This is probably a once in a lifetime deal. And something happened yesterday that made me think of this. So one time while I was in another country, my friend said to me, hey, in 3 days, there's a reenactment of a historical event. Would you like to go with me? And I'm like, what do you mean? And my friend said, well, not in this country, but in another country, there was a huge historical event and they're doing a reenactment, like actors have come from that country to this country to do a reenactment. I'm like, cool. And then I said to my friend, I'm like, well, where are we going in 3 days? And my friend said, well, I won't know till the day before. They're not letting people know about this historical reenactment because they don't want any political repercussions, people protesting, and violence or whatever. It was kind of weird. So the day before the event, my friend gets the location. I know this sounds weird. My friend gets the location of where this event is going to take place. And let me add, it was total invite only. If you weren't somebody that could invite 3 friends, you were not getting in. The common man, the common woman was not getting in this event. But I didn't know the significance of it until after the event. I digress. So we go to the event. My friend brought me and another lady. And what are they doing over there? And we get there, and when we get out of the car, when I travel, I always carry my backpack on me. Always. Always, always, always. My friend said, no, you can't bring backpacks in here. I'm like, wow. Okay, so there was like a parking area that we paid to park. And I go in there, and you had to pass through, like at the airport, like a machine so you don't have any, like, guns, bombs, whatever. So I'm like, wow, this is weird. And I saw a lot of what I would be considered like FBI. This is true. I know it sounds weird. Like FBI people from that country. A lot of guys with suits and like earpieces and kind of looking around. I'm like, whoa, like I didn't know it was going to be like this. So I'm a little not scared. I'm like, what is going on? So they opened the doors, and it was kind of like a, for lack of a better word, kind of like a high school auditorium or like a movie theater, but only bigger, where they had like 2 aisles on either side and maybe one down the middle. Yeah, there was one down the middle and 2 on the sides. So there was kind of like, you walked down the aisle and you had to go in either to the left row or the right row. I don't know why. It was like real specialized seating. So we got there, I don't know, like an hour before. So we end up sitting right in the middle. But as we're going down the center row, I see what appears, or what I thought was like an usher telling people, okay, you 5 people go this aisle, you 5 people over here. So here's where the funny part comes in at. So again, I don't know anybody, right? I'm just a little guy. with my friend and another lady friend. So I go down, my friend makes a left, the lady makes a left, and I strike up a conversation with the guy. And I'm like, wow, this guy speaks really good English, and I knew what country he was from, and so we just start yucking it up. He's like, hey, how was your trip to this country? I'm like, fine, and da-da-da. So we're talking maybe, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes. I don't know. So finally, I make a left, and I get to the end of the row, and my friend said, what took you so long to, come in the row? I'm like, well, I was talking to the usher, like the guy that was saying, okay, you 5 people go this way. And she's like, that wasn't the usher. That was the prime minister of, and then she names a country. And I'm like, what? She's like, yes, he was greeting all the people that came. And the word was on the street that I didn't get is that you really shouldn't stop and talk to him. Maybe just shake his hand, say, how do you do, and then get in the aisle. Well, I didn't get that memo, and my friend didn't tell me. So she goes down the aisle, makes a left. The lady in front of me who's from this country, she makes a left. This little guy shakes hand with the guy. I was ready to take a selfie with the guy. Well, I should have known something was up because he had 2, guards behind him. That should have been my first tip, that he wasn't the usher. But anyhow, so I get to the aisle, and my friend says, oh no, it's okay, but you weren't supposed to talk to him. They just want everybody to be seated as quickly as they can, and he was just like the dignitary. I'm like, I'll be a son of a gun. Anyhow, got through the event, went back out to the car, and then I found out the real story behind the story of some of the dignitaries that were there, and I'm like, I'll be a son of a gun. They look like regular people to me. So this historical reenactment took about an hour, hour and a half. Very moving. And my friend and the other lady friend were laughing when we were driving back to where I was staying, that I actually stopped in the aisle, or stopped in the main row, and I'm talking to the prime minister of this country, whose country was hosting the event. That's the punchline. And I'm like, okay, call me crazy, but he seemed like a nice guy. So I broke political protocol. I'm glad I didn't take my phone out for a selfie. Anyhow, what's my point? You never know who you're talking to. That's the subject of the video, I think. You never know who you're talking to. I didn't know that I was talking to. I'm glad I didn't know who I was actually talking to. But be kind, be nice, be yourself, because you never know who you're talking to. That's the video. Crypto Mentor 99. Thanks for being a part of my crypto family. I know that it was long, but again, you never know who you're talking to. Love y'all. Bye-bye.